Hello everyone. This will be a simple guide for you to prepare your presentations and to prepare yourself for the presentation. So in your presentation, you can prepare your title page. If that can be your own design, but however, in your title page, you must include your title, your name, index number, and the name of the department as well. Next slide should be the background of the study. There you must mention some description about the area or the field that you are going to do your research. Using one or two slides, you can give a brief introduction about your research area. Next, you must mention the problem statement. So in your research, you must target a problem, a real world problem. So in this slide, you must describe the problem that you are going to address through your research. Again, you must present evidence and references which related to your problem or proof for your problem. Research questions, and then you have to mention research objectives. Significance of the study is the next slide. And here you must emphasize why your research is important. What are the benefits that society or the field or the industry can have after completing your research? So why your research is important is the thing that you must discuss here. Scope of the study. So you must describe who are the group of people that you're going to consider, and what is the geographical area, and what is the time scope. Like that, the scope or the area of your study must be described here. So here you must present why you have selected a particular area or a particular industry in your research. That can be the entire country. So then your scope will be Sri Lanka. So like that, if you're going to focus on Western province, so you must mention why you are going to focus, especially target Western province for your research. So then you must have some proof to defend that why you select that area. So why you confine your research into this scope. Okay, next, theoretical background. So here you must describe the key variables that you are using and the theoretical support that you are taken from the literature review to get those variables into your research. So your independent variable, dependent variable, and what are the researchers conducted on those variables. Like that, you must present literature evidences about your key variables. Next, the key theories relevant to the research. So you must describe the theories that you use, or that you're gonna refer in your research. Then research gap. So you must explain the theoretical gap. And again, there can be empirical gap, the gap between the availability of data. So theoretical means the gap between the publications and the your one. And practical gap, there can be knowledge gap. So the gap relevant to your research should be described here. For example, if there are no enough publication to refer, then there will be a theoretical gap there. Sorry, the knowledge gap there. So then you must describe there are no that much of knowledge available about this field, this area, and that is why you are going to do the research. So like that, there you must identify a significant gap between the existing knowledge, theory, and practices with your research. So then the conceptual framework, you must clearly mention your independent variable, dependent variable, and the constructors, and arrows must be drawn to the dependent variable as shown in this image. And from that, you can mention your hypothesis. So in your research, you may have 3, 4, 5 independent constructors. So all these constructors must be listed in this diagram. So this is the graphical presentation of your conceptual framework. In the next slide, you must mention your hypothesis. Please keep in mind that you don't have to mention the null hypothesis here. So you can mention hypothesis 1, hypothesis 2, hypothesis 3, like that. All the hypotheses that you're going to derive from the conceptual framework. Next, you must present the methodology. So first one is research philosophy. That can be positivism, or intrapolitivism. So positivism is we are going to collect data from actual sources. And intrapolitivism means we are going to collect data with someone's experience. So positivism, it is we're gonna take data from a questionnaire or from what we call experiment, like that. But interpretivism, uh, the data that we're going to collect will be subjective to the person. So then normally in quantitative research, we follow positivism, and in the qualitative research, we have to follow interpretivism philosophy. If I explain further, in positivism, we are going to uh, collect or come to our conclusions based on solid static data, get from theories, questionnaires, or experiments. Interpretivism, normally that depends on ideas gathered from different people. So then it will vary from person to person. So that according to that, you have to select your philosophy. So when we consider research approach, that can be inductive or deductive. Normally, inductive research use more qualitative analysis to find some patterns and to develop theories. And in deductive approach, we use analysis, statistical analysis to test some theories and hypotheses. So depending on that, you can choose your research approach. Again, if I explain further, normally we use inductive approach to develop theories from observations. And in deductive approach, we test those theories using observations. So that's the difference. Okay. So next one is a research strategy that can be qualitative or quantitative. So qualitative means we are going to measure someone's or theories or the concepts using questionnaires, and we are going to deal with numbers, because in questionnaires what we're going to do is we are going to use Likert scale to get their views. So then that can be a qualitative analysis because we work with numbers. Quantitative means we work with data, words, sentences. That is qualitative, which can we are working with data which can't be measured. Right? So depending on that, again, you can choose your research strategy. Then research method, that can be survey or interview, you have to choose. Unit of analysis, you must mention what is the unit that you're going to take data. For example, if you're going to use a organization, if you're going to collect data from top level management, then your unit of analysis will be top level management. Again, if you're going to make research about customer purchase intention or something, then the unit of analysis will be customers of the particular product. So like that, you have to mention the unit of analysis of your research. Next, children, time horizon. Cross-sectional means we are going to collect data from a selected sample in a given time. For example, within a week or 2 weeks, we are going to collect data from a sample or a group of people. That is cross-sectional. So longitudinal means we are going to observe the same object for a long period. For example, we are going to observe a student from grade 5 to grade 10, how that student is performing. Like that, the to collect data, it will take a longer period. So in our research, we use this cross-sectional time horizon in your management research for your level 4 research project. Research instrument that can be a Likert scale questionnaire. Then sample. So you must decide your population. Population is the entire group of people that affected with your research. Then sample means from that group, the large group, we are going to select a few sample where we can use to collect data. So from the population, from the size of the population, we decide the sample size. So there are several methods that you can use. One is you can use the Morgan table to decide the sample size. There are some other methods that we can use to decide sample size, like Google sample size calculators or something. But the normal practice is used to Morgan table. Then, children, there are several sampling methods. So those are simple random sampling, cluster sampling, then stratified sampling, convenience sampling. So like that, I think you will have learned these in research methodology subject. So depending on your population and the sample and the way that you're gonna deliver your questionnaire, you must select the sampling technique, the sampling method. If you choose random sampling, simple random sampling, again, you must present your sampling technique as well. So how you gonna randomly select your sample? Like creating a list of the names and taking all the even numbers. However, you must present a simple random sampling technique as well. Then data analysis. So what are the analytics methods that you're going to use to analyze your data also must be presented here. Right. So like that, you can complete your presentation and the time is 10 minutes. So please practice your presentation several times and try to finish that within 10 minutes because it's a requirement. And again, you will be given marks for completing your research on time as well. Again, children, please note that this presentation is not a reading note. So you should not read your presentation, the slide in front of the evaluation panel. So you must present that. This is the presentation, this is the guide, right? So please, we will accept that you will not make boring presentations by just reading the slide to the screen, right? So ඔයාලා screen එක දිහා බලාගෙන presentation එක කියවන කෙනෙක් වෙන්න එපා. Please practice your presentation and uh, try to present your proposal. Right, everyone. So wish you all the best for your research proposal defenses, and hope everyone will make good presentations in your sessions. Thank you.